All right, I'm taking a walk outside, but let's talk about a little bit about the day and also some themes I'm seeing today. So, another day of good running and another day of good push-ups, 100 push-ups as well as 100 pull-ups. Not 100 pull-ups, sorry, 50 pull-ups. And to me, it's sort of like a turning point because so far I've been doing 2 days and then resting, 2 days and then resting, something similar along those lines. But this was the first time I've done 4 days in a row, and that is a really, really good sign. It means my body is finally adapting. It's been almost 30 days since I started the challenge, but overall I've done I think half of those days, so about 15 or so days. It's not fully 30 days yet. I think it's day 28. So I think I'll be around 16 or 17 out of 30, which is a really bad percentage if you think about it. But it's a good start because in the beginning, when your body is becoming accustomed to doing the thing, or you yourself is just becoming accustomed to doing the thing, having a 50% hit rate is not that bad. In the first 30 days, that is. I think once we start heading towards the second month, that's when things are gonna be a lot more consistent with the percentage rate of me doing it. But I'm probably gonna make a video about the entire thing once the whole challenge has been finished. But the lesson is basically that today I didn't really feel like doing the running or the push-ups or the pull-ups. It was more so just me doing it and seeing if I could. My body lately has been okay with it, but my mind is lazy and my mind wants to like just not do it, you know? Because it's used to the idea of me needing that rest after a day or two. But now that my body has adapted, it doesn't need it. So my mind sort of has to catch up with my body. And I think that's just a basic lesson in overall growth when you're trying to do new things, learn new things, grow stronger in some way physically. There's gonna be a period of time where your mind needs to catch up to your body because your body will naturally increase in strength or durability or whatever you're working on by just doing the thing, but your mind will still feel like you're the same you. So that's a valuable lesson that I've learned today, and I am trying to tell my mind that I can do it. I can just keep going. I can do every day, probably from here on out, for the running, push-ups, and pull-ups because my body has adapted to it in the past 30 days. And if I can't, I'll know because my body will tell me. Like, I gotta make that connection, communicate mind and body. But yeah, no more excuses because I'm capable now. My mind, I'm just trying my best to just tell it not to be lazy, basically, and just get things going. And luckily, I've been waking up pretty early, around 6:30 to 7 each day. I suppose it's not that early, but it's earlier than I used to wake up and it's been more consistent. Like, I'm waking up naturally at that time, which is kind of surprising to me, but it's mostly because I need to pee. And also, I think I might have some sort of small sickness because I wake up with a very, very dry throat, I'd say, and a very uncomfortable feeling in my mouth. I just have to like go to the sink and quickly spit out whatever is there. It's mostly like mucus related stuff, kind of gross, but it wakes me up on time, so I guess that's a benefit of that. And it doesn't seem to hinder my exercise. Although I do feel like today was a very, very difficult 4th day in a row of doing this. Like, I feel tired, more so than usual, but I gotta keep trying. And another highlight of the day was me trying to update some stuff from Japan or like catch myself up regarding Instagram, social media, stuff like that. But my computer was acting really, really slow. So I ultimately decided on purchasing a newer computer. It's the 15-inch MacBook Air M3 that I've been looking at for, I think, the past month or so. My previous computers have been the 2019 MacBook Pro 16-inch, the base model, so it's an Intel computer, and then the M1 MacBook Air 13-inch base model, so it's 8 gigabytes of RAM as well as 256 gigabytes of storage. And they've served me well, but for the most part these days, I feel like because I'm working with footage that's like 422 10-bit, 4K, it's getting kind of difficult to not upgrade because it's always so slow whenever I work with editing photos. Or actually, photos is okay. It's kind of slow sometimes, but I can bear that. It's more so videos. I can't take it anymore, basically. Even though I've done all I could to maximize the potential. I even started making a class about that for Skillshare because I've used these laptops for so long despite them being slow. But yeah, I'm gonna test out this new computer and see if it works out for me. I'm not sure yet because the size is a little weird. I've never gotten a 15-inch before. Maybe I prefer the 13-inch when it comes to the MacBook Air. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to test it out and see how it goes and see how much faster it actually is. I'm very, very curious about that because that could be a huge improvement of life for me. Okay, that's pretty much it for today. Honestly, I felt like after that computer slowdown thing, I was just so discouraged that I ended up just playing piano instead of working on the stuff. There's still a lot of things I need to focus up on. I feel like a lot of those things the things that I wanted to do today were more so me trying to like catch up with myself rather than me moving forward. And in a way, I do want to finish those things that I said I would do just so I can move forward. But I don't want to spend too much time on them. So once the new laptop arrives, I'm just gonna grind through it really fast and move forward. But in the meantime, I'll work on some stuff that I, again, wanted to finish, like my Japanese skill before and after language school, stuff like that. I honestly should have made that video much more like closer to when I finished language school, but for the most part, I haven't been practicing or working on Japanese anyways, so my skill level probably either declined or stayed the same. So I don't think it's gonna be that much of a discrepancy, hopefully. But other than that, yeah, we're having a overall productive day. I think there's still some more time left in this day, so I'll work more on piano stuff and some language stuff. And then I think the stuff of me moving forward with like the business ideas and all that stuff is going to be probably next week or the week following. Next week, I am spending a lot of time with a friend that's visiting from Taiwan, so that's gonna be a busy week, and I don't expect to move forward with any projects. So 2 weeks from now, I'll likely start some stuff that I think will be very, very important and I'll start some good projects that I think will hopefully change my life and move me towards the path that I want to, get me on the path that I want to, get me to where I want to be. And I guess part of that is back to Japan. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But for now, that was the day.